Hello and welcome to Die Rolling. I'm the ever excitable Adam, and today I'm unboxing Shadows of Brimstone Forbidden Fortress by Flying Frog Productions. So if you've seen Shadows of Brimstone on our channel, this is a Wild West, or Weird West you might say, dungeon crawler. Forbidden Fortress is the kind of the same thing but set in like feudal Japan. So you're gonna be playing as like a sorceress, as like a samurai warrior, as like a monk and a ninja in this particular one. Going across all these kind of like demons and hair ladies and flying things and stone statue things and undead and head coming off. So yeah, lots of fun things in here. And this is completely compatible with Shadows of Brimstone. So you can just get this box and play if you prefer this setting. Or you can combine with Shadows of Brimstone. So straight away, we've got a little kind of book there to tell you what other things you can get in the range. We've got all our miniatures, which these do not come pre-assembled. You have to build them yourselves. Although this guy here is pretty cool. He's already pretty much there. So yeah, Tengu's going to be pretty good. Except we do have to attach their wings on the back of them. So we've got these guys. We've got like these are our heroes here. And you can stay to the channel because I will be showing you all these things built up. I'm not looking forward to doing the hair monstrosity. The statue shouldn't be too difficult, I don't think. We'll see. Acid tentacles, the easiest one to do because, yeah, literally it's just sticking them to a base. We've got the Dishonored Undead as well. In a couple of different poses. And then we have our Oni Demon chaps. So this gives you a nice kind of idea of how easy these guys are going to be to assemble. Hero sorceress, you put a head on, sticking to a base, done. Samurai, got arms to attach and a kind of helmet, done. Hat, other bits, done. An assassin, a couple other things there. Oni and the Dishonored Dead, and Tengu, Acidic Tentacles, Harry Margo, and the Living Statue. So it's nice you get these instructions in here so you don't have to look elsewhere to figure out how to do them. We've got dice. I think Shadows, unless I'm completely incorrect, I think Shadows comes with black dice. I might be wrong there. Maybe they are red dice. So we've got some white and red dice there. We've got our peril dice, and we have a red dice this time. The Shadows of Brimstone definitely is a blue dice for this. Okay, so we've got our rule books there. Let's get into our characters. So these are always double-sided, so you can have a male assassin or a female assassin. All the same things there. So for an assassin, Ninja Clan starts with a Ninja Clan card of your choice. Nimble, +1 move, may move through other models, and you ultimately pass all escape tests. That's nice. Deadly, your combat hits ignore any armor an enemy has, and are also +1 damage whilst your target is the only enemy adjacent to you. And Silent Fighter may not use guns. Once per turn, you may reroll any number of your defense rolls just made. So this is pure melee or bow and arrows, but you just can't use guns. Health 10, sanity 10. Melee is 3 or more to attack, so that's pretty good. Initiative is 6. Nice. Next we have our Samurai Warrior. Easy for me to say. So max Fury of 6. Samurai Battle Tactics starts with 2 random warrior Samurai Battle Tactics. Draw 3, choose 2. Battle Tactics may each only be used once per turn. Battle Fury, anytime you do 1 or more wounds to an enemy with a combat hit, gain 1 Fury token. I have no idea what the Fury tokens do, but this sounds pretty fun. Health of 12, sanity 10, range and melee 4 each. Next we have the Sorceress, or Sorcerer. So mana of 4, elemental magic. Starts with 2 elemental magic spells. For each spell, select any element, then draw 2 cards, choosing 1 to keep and discard the other. Each spell may only be cast once per turn. Magic Focus. As a starting hero, choose 1 element, earth, wind, water, or fire, to be your focus. From now on, you are +1 to your casting total when casting a spell of that element. May not use guns. So health of 10, sanity much higher with 14. She's not very good with melee, but okay at range. And Traveling Monk is our final hero class here, or Traveling Monk again on the other side. They have Key this time around, so looks like you've got a couple of different things you're running around with. So you've got Key on this guy, Mana on her, and you have Fury for the warrior. So a couple of different things to keep track of. Discipline at the start of each turn, gain 1 key token. Sacred Order, once per turn you may channel your key into one of your combat hits or any source of healing you are using. For each key token spent, increase healing by 1 to a single target. For every 2 key tokens spent, increase damage by 1 for that hit. Yamabushi, +1 damage on all attacks against myth enemies. So, health 12, sanity 12, range 5, melee 4, initiative 4 as well. Okay, well, that's our heroes. Let's take a look at what we're going to be coming up against. So we have acidic tentacles, void enemies. Spits acid. The start of their activation each turn, if not adjacent to a hero, will make the following free range attack at a random hero within range and line of sight. Range 8, shots 1, damage. Instead of normal damage, the target gains a bleeding marker. Smash, this enemy's melee to hit rolls of 6, ignore a hero's defense. Oof. So they look pretty tasty. 5 hit points, 2 defense. Next we have acid blobs. These are hazards and belly of the beast. So endurance 3, this enemy cannot take more than 3 wounds from any single hit. Extra damage is wasted. Antibody, this enemy does not target normally. Instead it always moves to end adjacent to as many heroes as possible. If multiple options, hero's choice. If it can only move to an adjacent, if it can only move to be adjacent to a single hero, roll randomly for which. That was easy for me to say. Digestive juices, instead of attacking normally, automatically does D6 -2 wounds, ignoring defense to every adjacent hero. Oof! You're gonna have to take these guys out pretty quick. And the fact that a couple of guys can't use guns means that yeah, we're gonna have to have some form of way to get rid of them. Next we have the Tengu. Demon Myth, Dragon Army. Flight moves through other models and changes targets each turn. Swordmaster's Tengu to hit rolls of 6 +2 double damage. Parry for each to hit roll of 1 that an adjacent hero rolls. Cancel their highest roll successful hit. If there are no successful hits left to cancel, instead this enemy does 1 free combat hit to their hero outside the normal turn sequence. This ability applies for each Tengu model adjacent. Yikes. Living Statue. Unspeakable Terror. A hero starting their activation on the same or adjacent map tile automatically takes 2 horror hits, steps over, moves through other models and changes targets each turn. Grab. This enemy melee to hit roll of 6 counters special grab hits that ignore defense. Instead of normal damage, a hero must roll a d6 for each grab hit done. If at least one of these dice rolls equal to or higher than the hero's initiative, the hero is grabbed and thrown. The living statue selects other random hero within line of sight and makes a range to hit roll throwing the hero. If hit, place the thrown hero in any space adjacent to the new target and both heroes take peril dice wounds, ignoring defense. If missed, the thrown hero bounces d3 times from the target's space, like a bomb, and takes d6 +3 wounds, ignoring defense. Wow, that's going to be fun to fight. Next we have the Oni. Terror, a hero starting activation on the same map tile automatically takes 1 horror hit. Bash, a hero that takes 1 or more wounds from Oni combat hits during the turn is knocked back 3 spaces directly away from a random adjacent Oni, moving through any models in the way. If the hero would end in an occupied space or off the board, instead place them in the last empty space moved through, and they take an extra d6 wounds, ignoring defense. These guys are tough. Next we have the Dishonored Dead. Undead Soldier, Samurai, Fear. A hero starts an activation adjacent automatically takes 1 horror hit. Tattered armor, armor 5+. Rise from the grave. When killed, place a corpse token in the space. No loot cards are drawn after any fight that has 2 or fewer Dishonored Dead and no other enemies during the fight. Heroes may still catch their breath. And then we have Harryanago. A hero starting their activation on the same map tile automatically takes 3 horror hits because of the terror. Held aloft moves through other models and changes targets each turn. Animated hair. At the end of this enemy's move, every hero within 3 spaces takes d6 hits that do 1 damage each. Barbed hooks. A hero that takes 2 or more wounds from the Harryanago's animated hair gains an ensnared marker. Spectral Horror. This enemy does +1 damage on all of its hits against a hero with Spirit 2 or lower. Yikes. Okay, so that's all of the enemies we get in this. Next we have our rulebook. So contents in there. Going through the characters, how you create a new character, the different classes and what the different things do. Tells you about your first game. and has a special mission to do the first time around. Talks about all the rules in here, and then gets to the advanced rules at the back, I'd imagine. Talks about the belly of the beast, which is the specific other world we go to here. That's some optional rules. So you are looking at around 37 pages to get through. Then the adventure book. This is a lot meatier because you've got you're going to have your heroes leveling up in here. I just went past that there. So each hero has their own kind of tree they're going to go through, different abilities and stuff. You choose which route you go down. Tells you about how to. Well, here's all the missions. So we've got Hunt for Darkstone, Exploration, Seal the Void Gate, Search Party, Escape and Bring Down the Fortress. Now, what's slightly disappointing is I'm fairly certain these are the same 6 missions, but just slightly differently themed than that's in both the other core games. So City of Ancients and Swamps of Death, they also have Hunt for Darkstone, Exploration, Seal the Void Gate, Search Party, Escape and Bring Down the Fortress. So that's a bit of a shame. Then we have the specific ones. So we have the Castle of the Dead, the Sorcerer's Library, Lost Explorer, A Living World, Devoured by the Beast, and If It Bleeds. And what's nice as well, you've got some cool stuff like the mutation chart, travel hazards you have to go through, painting guides in the back here as well. And you know I will be painting all this stuff up. Then there's also some really fun stuff in here because they talk about different kind of characters you can find, and also like other monsters you get. You get some decent information about all of the monsters in here as well. So yeah, so lots in there and a really fun map here. Which, yeah, we got Conquistadors over here, which are part of these Shadows of Brimstone adventures that are coming out hopefully this year. But yeah, really cool map. Okay, next we have our classic injury charts. When you have damage, you'll be rolling on this, and if you go mad, you'll be rolling on that. So yeah, when you get knocked out, this, madness, this. Then we have our kind of feudal town, feudal village maybe, and these are different locations you can go. We've also got our depth event chart and other worlds chart there. And then we've got all these handouts which tell you all the different things you can do in there and specific events that happen in the town, as well as all the different things you can do in all these places. So that's pretty funky. We of course get a CD. They love giving free CDs out for these. Well, not free CDs, but basically they have some music on here which is specific to the theme for this, which is always fun. Next we have some cards. So what do we got here? Just a ton of cards. Like I say, the backing for some of these are the same as you'd get in Shadows of Brimstone, and it's not written, it doesn't say Forbidden Fortress on here, it says Shadows of Brimstone, because that is the game system you're using here. So this sorceress, all the 4 characters in this are completely compatible with Shadows of Brimstone. So I could bring in some of these guys from this and bring them into our other run. Okay, so we got some personal items. I'm not going to go through all the cards here, but we've got some nicely themed personal items that you'll be beginning the game with. We have a map deck here. Now, it's nice having a map deck because the one I have for Shadows of Brimstone, because I've got so many different things, my map deck is absolutely huge. But the Forbidden Fortress map deck here, so it goes through all the different things you can find in here, all the different tiles. And if you're playing the advanced mode, you read out this specific, you find the specific event, and you do that specific encounter even. Speaking of, so we have our Forbidden Fortress encounters here. These are all different things that we're going to come across as we're playing in here. Now, it doesn't look like there's a ton of stuff in here, but actually there's plenty to get you through those initial 12 missions. Because some of those you'll also hopefully be playing in a in the other world you're going to. You've got artifacts in here, arcane scrolls, pistols, scarf of Muto, Oni clubs, dragon carbons, keystones, Yuko blade. So lots of fun things you can find in there. We've got gear. These are things you can just pick up. Okay, let's take a look at this next deck. Okay, so we have our hero classes here. So Sorceress, you can have Blood of the Dragon. At the start of your activation, each turn heal D3 wounds. You're immune to poison. Or you can have the Demon Fireclaw. Use 1 grit to gain +2 combat until the end of the turn. On any turn in which this is used, your combat hits are +1 damage each, or +2 damage against demon enemies. Or you can go for Arcane Protection. Once per turn, you may reroll a single failed defense or willpower roll. Also, you may ignore the effects of any enemy spell affecting you or on the roll, D6 roll of 4+. Or finally, you can have an Elemental Blast free starting upgrade. Well, it looks like you get that anyway. Yeah, you get this as well as anything. Use 2 mana to fire an Elemental Blast as your ranged attack. This counts as a spell with the same keywords as your magic focus element, but no casting roll is needed. Range 8, shots 1, each hit rolled counts as D3 hits on the target. A critical hit rolled counts as D3 critical hits. So she gets that Elemental Blast, plus you can focus on one of those other kind of options as well. Which is nice, because you can have 3 Sorcerer characters, which are completely different setup. We've got the Travelling Monk here, so an acrobatic flip, Fist of Fury, Defender of the Light, Assassin, Smoke Bombs, Running Assault, and Ruthless. And then we have Rising Sun, Determination, and Wall of Steel for the Samurai Warrior. I'm not going to go through all these in great detail. We'll get to these when we're actually playing the game, I imagine. We have Grown Dread cards, so these will basically be horrible things that happen as the game goes on. We don't like Grown Dread cards, but you know, they're part of the game. You've got to have them. Then we have Darkness cards. So Spirit Swarms, Creatures of Legend, Overpowered, Cold Vengeance, In Darkness Shadow, Horror Beyond Measure, Dark Frenzy, Surrounded, and Dark Magic. Man, I'm looking forward to playing this. Trouble is, it's going to take me a while because I've got to get all of these miniatures assembled and painted. Then we got a Scavenge deck, so essentially the same as the other ones you'll find in the other games. Loots as well, so Darkstone Shards and things like that. Then we have some Living Statue trait cards. So it could be metal, it could be wood, it could be stone. Which is, you know, that's really interesting. I like the fact they've got some different traits there. Hariyanago's got so 3 different types here. Futachi Honor, Yuki Honor, Hariyanago. Unfortunately, I don't know how to pronounce a lot of these things. So I'll be butchering all this, I'm fairly sure. So you got 3 different kind of bosses you can come across there. Then we have our threat deck. So as you go through from green, you're going to get to yellow, harder enemies. You then will get to red, then finally into blue, which is the epic threats. Okay, let's take a look at this deck here. So he talks about bleeding markers and hero's grit, herbs tokens and strong Saki tokens, tonic tokens and potion tonic tokens, movement restrictions. These are basically rule cards, corpse tokens, cover, traveling monk key tokens, samurai warrior battle tactic cards, samurai fury tokens, hit types, skill test icons, ensnared markers, poison markers, casting spells and arcane powder, powder, sorceress, mana and elemental magic, bounce diagram, sidebag tokens, Just reading the top. Fire Sake, Flash token, Banish token, and Sake token. And that was actually bomb tokens, not side bag tokens I was supposed to read there. We have our starting gear here. So the old lantern, someone's got to have that. Samurai armor, warrior's katana, samurai helmet, ninjato, shuriken, pair of sai, Roku demon bag, sacred bell, and monk staff. Then we have our map deck for the belly of the beast. Massive sphincter, I mean that's delicious. So yeah, these guys unfortunately are going to be going through a huge monster. Then we've got Otherworld threat cards, Acid Blobs, Parasitic Tentacles, and Devoured Dead. And the Wandering Enemy, draw a standard threat card. So basically you've got 3 different types of enemies you're going to be coming across in the belly of the beast. And anything else has probably been swallowed by it. Then we've got the artifacts, Marrow Blades, Bile Sacs, Sensory Receptor, Gonyoku Helmet, Gonyoku Sigil, Stem Jelly, Corroded Pistol, Corroded Sword, Corroded Armor, Chitin Shield, Psyllium Flail, Mind Grub, Luminous Node. Then we've got our encounters. Passage encounters, and then we have regular encounters. Interesting. I'm not quite sure what the difference is there. And our final set of cards now. So we've got our Elemental Magic Fire, Fireballs, Dragon Fire, Burning Storm, Melt, Frenzy, Detonate. Then we have Water, Water Shield, Water Burst, Tsunami, Flowing River, Cleanse, Drown. Then Wind, Lightning Strike, Thunder, Typhoon, Shifting Form, Winds of Wisdom, Heavenly Flight. And then Earth Magic, Tangling Vines, Earthquake, Stone Shield, Lotus Blossom, Resist, and Wooden Blade. Then we have the Samurai Battle Tactics, Furious Slash, Lunging Thrust, Stalwart Advance, Sweeping Slice, Stand Your Ground, Spearhead, Shoulder to Shoulder, Collecting Heads, Challenge, Parry. That's pretty cool. I like the fact there's some more options with this. Like you've got different tactics you can play in turn. We have Ninja Clans, Sabara Masters, Lotus Clan, Akasa Brotherhood, the Hidden Dragon. Our side bag tokens, and then our world cards. We have 3 world cards. So we have Forbidden Fortress, Belly of the Beast, and the Mines. So that's all that. But do you know what? There's more, guys. All the tokens, all the cardboard. Look at how much we've got to poke out. Okay, so we've got our first kind of rooms, and on this side you've got your Forbidden Fortress itself. Really lovely artwork on the Forbidden Fortress. I really like that. And yeah, that's gross, but that's pretty thematic as well. And we've got some tokens here as well. Vile Sorceress, the Demon. These might be used in adventures, or they might actually just be stuff they give you that you can use if you want to. We've got like a fireball, double-sided thing, green on the other side. All of our tokens here. Don't know what these are. These stars seem a lot bigger than the other ones. Bile Stones, Massive Sphincter, We've got tokens for our heroes. Just absolutely lovely artwork on these. And we've got a depth track. We've got a starting space there as well. Some Darkstone, corruption tokens, grit, our encounters, our exploration cards, even tokens, and the entrance to the belly of the beast there. And then we just got a bunch of more tokens. And that's everything you get inside a box of Forbidden Fortress by Flying Frog Productions. If you're interested in this, then you're going to have to stay tuned for a while, because it's going to take me some time to actually assemble this stuff. But I will be posting up pictures up on our Instagram, so if you do want to check our progress, you can check in on there. If you want to see some just regular Shadows of Brimstone, then stay tuned to the channel, because we will be coming back. We've got one more video coming out fairly soon, as I've edited it, which is a town phase adventure. And then Alex and I will be coming back to fight off the vampire threat, now that I have a vampire leader winging its way from the States, so that I've actually got the mini for the boss in that particular mission pack, as opposed to a little token. I think I'll just look a bit nicer with an actual figure. So yes, so stay tuned. We will be doing some more Shadows of Brimstone in not too distant future, and Forbidden Fortress will be on our channel in the future, but I'm not making any promises that this will be on in the next few months. It's probably going to take me a while to assemble and or paint. Anyway, I've been the Ever Excited Adam. If you enjoy this content, then please like and subscribe to our channel. And you can find us on various different social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. There's a TikTok channel. You can find me on Twitter. Until next time, guys, stay safe or die rolling.